What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be predicting the current round of African World Cup qualifiers, where there's 10 groups of 4. That means there's 40 teams still left in qualifiers, but 35 of these teams will be ultimately eliminated. The top teams from each of the 10 groups will move on to the final round, where they will be drawn against each other and play round-robin fixtures home and away, where the winners would qualify directly for Qatar 2022. This format was used for the 2014 World Cup, and it's the most grueling format you can think about, because you could see a team win all their group matches and then go into the final round and get knocked off. It's very, very harsh. Egypt know what I'm talking about from 2014, and Ethiopia as well could have qualified for 2014. So the way I'm going to be doing my predictions here, it's going to be a little different. So to prevent me having to explain and go into detail for 40 teams, I'm going to be cutting that down to 20, where I will be eliminating 2 teams from the get-go to say, okay, these 2 teams I don't think stand a chance of making it to the final round, so I'm going to be eliminating them, and I'll be letting you know that I'll be going more into detail about the teams I think are going to come in first and second, briefly. So it's something a little different. So we are going to, and you could play along with me if you like. So I don't want to overthink things and get too deep, and I just want to keep things a bit simple. So we are going to start with Group A, where there's Algeria, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Djibouti. So which are the 2 teams that I'm going to eliminate first here from Group A? I'm going to eliminate Djibouti and Niger first and foremost. I think Djibouti is going to come in 4th and Niger coming 3rd. Look, that leaves us with Burkina Faso and Algeria. For Algeria, they qualified in 1982, 1986, 2010, and 2014. They were on a really good run, but they missed out in 2018. They're the current holders of the African Cup of Nations. So they're in prime position to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. But with this format, as I mentioned, nothing is promised. As for Burkina Faso, they are potential debutants, and they have done well in World Cup qualifiers in almost every single recent cycle, but for some reason they just can't qualify. And I think this time around it could actually turn out to be the same. But in terms of the 2 teams that I have in contention of making it to the final round, which is Algeria and Burkina Faso, let me just give you some more information on these 2 teams. For Algeria, they're called the Phoenix, which means the Desert Foxes. They're currently coached by Jamel Belmadi. He was the winning coach at the African Cup of Nations. Players to watch, in my opinion: Reece Mboli, the goalkeeper, veteran goalkeeper there; Jamel Ben Lamry; Riyad Mahrez of Manchester City; Ismail Benacer of AC Milan; and Said Ben Rama of West Ham United, just to name a few. So keep your eyes on these players. They could be the X factor for Algeria and could be the difference makers if they are to make it to Qatar 2022. For Burkina Faso, they're called the Stallions. They're currently coached by Camus Marlow. And players to watch includes defender Edmond Tapsoba, who currently plays for Bayer Leverkusen; Lassina Traore, a striker, currently plays for Shakhtar Donetsk, formerly of Ajax; Bertrand Traore, formerly of Olympique Lyon, now plays for Aston Villa. He's a forward. Charles Kabore, 102 caps. He is their veteran. He is their captain. In my humble opinion, I think Algeria will top this group and move on to the final round, while Burkina Faso is going to miss out. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Pretty fair. I think a lot of you guys will have Algeria going through as well. And at the end of when I'm done going through all the groups, I will let you know the 5 teams I think are going to make it to Qatar 2022. I could be dead wrong, because this format is very, very, very brutal. So I'm really, okay, let me just say it. This is for entertainment purposes only, because My predictions could be dead wrong. Let's move into Group B, where there's Tunisia, Zambia, Mauritania, and Equatorial Guinea. The teams I'm going to be eliminating are Equatorial Guinea 4th and Mauritania 3rd, which leaves us with Zambia and Tunisia. Tunisia qualified for the 1978, 1998, 2002, 2006, and the 2018 World Cup. As for Zambia, they have came close on a few occasions but haven't made their debut as yet. So let's see if they could actually pip Tunisia to that first place team, go into the final round and qualify for Qatar. That'll be a great story. As for Tunisia, they're called the Eagles of Carthage. They're currently coached by Monday Kebaya, and players to watch includes Ali Malul, defender, Fajani Sassi, Naeem Sliti, and Elias Skeri, all prominent in Tunisia's charge to the 2018 World Cup. So I don't know if you could remember these guys. A player that missed out through injury last time around was Yusuf Msakni. So he'll be back in the fold. Captain Wabi Kazri is also definitely a player to watch. He's currently plying his trade at Saint Etienne. In terms of Zambia, they're called Chipolo Polo, the Copper Bullets. They're currently managed by Beston Shambasi, who recently took charge of the team. And players to watch includes forward Patson Daka, who currently plies his trade at Leicester City, Ina Mwepu, just joined Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League, and Captain Augustine Mulenga, who is a forward. In my humble opinion, I think Tunisia will go on to top this group. I know it's boring. Some may say, yeah, it'll be Zambia or Mauritania or even Equatorial Guinea, but I think Tunisia would be too good for these teams in Group B, and they will move on to the final round of African World Cup qualifiers. It would have been fun if I did a draw, like a little mini draw, to pit the teams that's making it to the final round against each other. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'll just give you the teams that I think would qualify, and when the final draw is made, I'll come back with a revamped prediction. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. So we got 8 groups to go, so stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Let's move on to Group C, where there's Nigeria, Cape Verde, Central African Republic, and Liberia. I have Central African Republic and Liberia eliminated, and we only have Cape Verde and Nigeria to assess. So let's talk about these teams a bit. In terms of Nigeria, they qualified for the 1994, 98, 2002, 2010, 14, and 18. So they're on a really good charge here. Very consistent team. If only they could avoid Argentina at the World Cup, maybe they'll do a lot better. Cape Verde are potential World Cup debutants, and let's see if they could actually pull this off this time around. In terms of Cape Verde, they're called the Blue Sharks. They're currently coached by Bubista. Players to watch includes Ginini of Trabzonspor and Tavaj, a forward, and Vazinia, the goalkeeper. I don't know many players from Cape Verde, so it was a little difficult to assess. But in terms of Cape Verde, guys, I do think they're going to come in second in this group. Nigeria, who are called the Super Eagles, currently coached by Gernot Rohr, I think they're a little too good for them. Little too good for them. Look, I could get further into detail and everything, but guys, if you need more detail on these teams and why I made these picks, you could head on over to my tier list series on the channel. It's very detailed. Football Pharaoh and I go deep into these teams, and you'll hear more about the African Cup of Nations, and you'll get a few more golden nuggets here. But this is just a very simplified analysis because there's 10 groups and it will take an hour to do it. And it did take us way more than an hour to go through all 10 groups. This is 40 teams you're talking about, man. So let's just keep things simple. Players to watch for Nigeria includes William Troost Ikong, big defender currently playing his trade at Watford. Wilfried Ndidi, CDM, one of the best in the world, currently at Leicester City. Ahmed Musa, the captain. I can't believe Musa is only still about 28 years old. Are they sure? Are they really sure about that? Kelechi Iheanacho of Leicester City as well. Samuel Chukwueze of Villarreal, and Victor Osimhen of Napoli comes to mind. this team is stacked up. I could go more into other players. This team is really stacked. It will take a lot to beat Nigeria to a place in the final round. So I have the Super Eagles in Group C going through. I'll let you know towards the end of the video whether they're going to make it to Qatar or not. Let us move on to Group D, a very tricky group where there's Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Mozambique, and Malawi. Let us make it happen. Cameroon, they qualified in 1982, 1990, where they made it to the quarterfinals, 1994, 98, 2002, 2010, and 2014. They missed out on the 2018 World Cup despite going into qualifiers as Kings of Africa, where they did win the African Cup of Nations. Look, next up, the Ivory Coast. During the Didier Drogba era, they qualified. They made a debut in 2006, 2010, and they made it to 2014. But Drogba, he aged, he got phased out. He was still playing football, but I think he was retired from the national team. They didn't make it in 2018, but they have been performing very well over the years. They even made it to the Olympics this summer, and they always have a very, very, very good stock of players. So in terms of teams eliminating here, I forgot to mention that it's going to be Mozambique and Malawi. I thought you knew that. I really thought you knew I was, because I don't think Mozambique and Malawi stand a chance in this group. As a matter of fact, every team stand a chance here. Africa is very volatile. You see some teams making it to the African Cup of Nations next year, and they make it to the African Cup of Nations, and then they won't make it to the final round. And it could be vice versa, where a team may not qualify for the African Cup of Nations and catch you off guard thinking that they're not going to perform well, and you slip up and they beat you to that place in the final round. So Africa, very, very difficult confederation to assess, man. But in terms of Cameroon and the Ivory Coast, let me just give you a little some fun facts about these two teams and move on. Cameroon are called the Indomitable Lions. They're currently coached by Tony Conceição. Players to watch includes Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa of Fulham, who just joined Napoli on loan for a season-long loan. There's captain Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, currently playing his football at Bayern Munich. Carl Toko Ikambi, the forward, playing his football at Lyon. Vincent Aboubakar, somewhere, I think he's over in Turkey or might be in Saudi Arabia. Can't remember. And Nicholas Nkulu, the defender, currently at Torino. For the Ivory Coast, they're called the Elephants. They're currently coached by Patrice Boumel. Players to watch includes Max Gradle, a veteran these days, central midfielder. Another veteran, Seri Die, currently playing his football in Switzerland at FC Sion. Frank Kessié at AC Milan, back in the Champions League. The veteran Gervinho. Maxwell Cornet, who just got a move to Burnley. Sebastian Haller, currently at Ajax. Wilfried Zaha and Nicolas Pepe, currently in the Premier League. All of these players won't feature in every international break, by the way, guys, but this is all for future matches. So that's why I say these are players to watch across World Cup qualifiers. So in terms of the team making it to the final round, guys, I'm going to say it's going to be Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. I think they're a better unit than Cameroon. I don't need to offend any Cameroonians right now, but I do think Côte d'Ivoire have a better setup, and they're going to pick Cameroon to that final spot in the next round. So, yeah. So far, we have Algeria, Tunisia, Nigeria, and Côte d'Ivoire. Let me know your picks in the comment section down below. We're going to move on to the next group where we're halfway through, and that's Group E. A very, very balanced group. I like this group because we're going to have one of these teams who are potential debutants. 4 potential debutants in Group E here. Mali, Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda. It was very difficult actually eliminating 2 of these teams, but the teams that I chose to eliminate are Rwanda and Kenya. Did I get that one right? Maybe not. Who knows? But for Uganda, as I said, they're potential debutants, and so are Mali. Let's start with Uganda and assessing this team a bit. They are called the Cranes. They're currently coached by Militin Shredder-Yevich, who was the previous coach of Zambia, but he left by mutual consent. Players to watch for the Cranes includes Emmanuel Okwi, a forward who has 83 caps and is the all-time leading goal scorer with 26 goals. There's also Farouk Maya, a midfielder, who also up there in the goal scoring charts with 22 goals, and a goalkeeper of 82 caps, Dennis Onyango. So not many players that I picked to be players to watch, because this is not a team that I know very, 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 very well, but it's a wild card pick in my opinion. Kenya could go through, or Rwanda could go through, but I'm going to go for Uganda to be one of the teams that could vie for that final place, in my opinion. Then we have Mali, who are called the Eagles. They're currently coached by Mohamed Magasuba. Players to watch includes Amadou Haidara, a central midfielder currently playing his trade for RB Leipzig, Musa Marega, the big striker, Yves Bissouma, one of the best CDMs around right now, currently at Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League, Diade Samasuko, central midfielder playing for Hoffenheim, Adama Nos Traore playing his trade somewhere in Turkey, and Musa Genopo of Southampton. Very, very flashy player. So, in my humble opinion, I think Mali are going to be the team making it to the final round. And they are potential debutants. And I would love to see Mali be a new team from Africa making it to the World Cup. We don't want to keep it boring. We want it to be entertaining and intriguing. So, come on, Mali, don't let us down. Look at the talent they have in their team there. I think they're better than every other team in this group, and they will top the group and move on to the final round. And remember, I said Africa is very volatile with the COVID situation going around. Some of these teams, a lot of these teams on the red list, and players won't be called up. And, you know, like we're going to go into Group F, where Mohamed Salah couldn't get a call up because Liverpool refused to release him. So this could definitely affect teams' chances of making it to the final round. So that takes us to Group F, where we have Egypt, Gabon, Libya, and Angola. So the teams that I will be eliminating are Angola and Libya. Angola made their debut in 2006. Libya have never qualified for the World Cup. Neither have Gabon. So Gabon are potential debutants here. In terms of Egypt, they have made the World Cup on 3 occasions: 1934, 1990, and 2018. Could they make it to back-to-back World Cups? Maybe they need Mohamed Salah in their squad. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform without their talisman, Mo Salah. In terms of Gabon, they're called the Panthers. They're currently coached by Patrice Neveu, and players to watch includes Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at Arsenal. Right now, he has 27 goals. He's an all-time leading goal scorer. Not really in form these days, or maybe he is, because he recently scored a hat-trick in the Carabao Cup, but that's against a second division team. So is he gonna come big against the top string teams? Let us see. It's only left to be seen. There's also Mario Lemina currently playing his football at Nice, Dennis Bouanga, a striker at Saint Etienne, Bruno Ikule Manga, a centre-back currently playing his trade over in France for Dijon, and Didier Ndong, also at Dijon. In terms of Egypt, they're called the Pharaohs. They're currently coached by Hossam El Badri. And players to watch includes our aforementioned Mohamed Salah, the captain, the talisman, currently at Liverpool, but did not get released by his club for the September matches. Let's see if that will continue for October and November. If it does, I think Egypt will definitely struggle here. So look, there's also Mohamed El Neni of Arsenal, Ramadan Sobi, and Ahmed Hegazi, the big center back. Oh man, it's gonna be difficult. It's really gonna be difficult. Could Egypt still make it through without Mo Salah? Ahead of Gabon, ahead of Libya, ahead of Angola. I think throughout the whole qualification process, they do get Salah back at some point. and I do fancy them as the best team to make it through to the next round. So I'm gonna go for Egypt. I don't think Gabon are good enough, even with the quality up top. I don't think as a team they're better than Egypt though. Egypt still has a very, very good team because they have a good local league and everything, and that could be the backbone to galvanize this team and take them to the final round. I'm not saying the final round is going to be the kindest to Egypt, but let's see. So I have Egypt going through from Group F. So we're going to move on to Group G, where we have Ghana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Ethiopia. The teams I'm going to be eliminating are South Africa and Zimbabwe. Yeah, this is a twist. I'm keeping Ethiopia and Ghana, and these are the teams I will be assessing going forward. Look, I could be wrong. Zimbabwe could prove me wrong. South Africa could prove me wrong, but I haven't been convinced with South Africa at all, who missed the next AFCON. So that is one that we could actually talk about. But guys, I'm telling you, check the tail list videos. You will get a lot more analysis on Africa, way more deeper analysis. So look, for Ghana, they qualified in 2006, 2010, and 2014. They were on a really good run, but they missed out on the last World Cup. For South Africa, they made it in 1998, 2002, and hosted the event in 2010. Zimbabwe, nor Ethiopia, has qualified for the World Cup. So look, I've gone for the twist here in Group G. Ethiopia are called the Walia Ibex. They're currently coached by Wubeto Abate, and players to watch include Captain Shimilis Bekele, the most capped player, and Gatane Kebede, the highest goal scorer of all time for the Ethiopia national team. Big up to Betel Kebede if you're watching this. You know, Gatane Kebede and Betel Kebede, a subscriber. And there's also Ashalu Tamene, a defender who it seems like he's a mainstay of this Ethiopian team. For Ghana, the Black Stars, they're currently coached by Charles Akona. Players to watch includes the Ayu brothers, Andre and Jordan, who has 162 caps between them. So their experience will definitely be needed if Ghana are to make it back to the grand event in 2022. There's also Thomas Partey, currently injured, plays for Arsenal, and Mohamed Kudus, currently at Ajax. Look, I fancy Ghana coming through this group ahead of South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Ethiopia. So never mind me eliminating those two teams or whatever. I think Ghana is the best team in Group G. Like, G for Ghana. Like, come on. It's their group. It's their group. It's theirs to lose, actually. Are we going to see the Black Stars back at the grand event? I'll let you know towards the end of the video. Let me wrap up Group H, I, and J first, and I'll let you know the 5 teams I think will make it to Qatar 2022. So let's move on to Group H, where there's Senegal, Congo, Namibia, and Togo. I will be eliminating Togo and Namibia from the get-go. And let's talk about Senegal and Congo. Congo are potential debutants, so not much more to add in terms of their World Cup pedigree. But for Senegal, they have qualified for the 2002 World Cup, where they made it to the quarterfinals, and the 2018 World Cup, where they missed out on the round of 16 because of a disciplinary issue where they picked up more yellow cards. It is nuts. But they performed admirably at the event. So for Congo, they're called the Red Devils. They're currently coached by Paul Putt, and players to watch includes Baron Kibamba, a defender who plays for Sevilla, Thierry Bifuma, the all-time leading goal scorer, and Dimitri Biseki, a defender. For Senegal, one of the most stacked up teams in Africa, they're called the Lions of Teranga. They're still managed by Aliou Cisse, and players to watch includes, but not limited to, have to add that one, Kalidou Koulibaly, the captain, big man, plays for Napoli, one of the best defenders in world football. Edouard Mendy, UEFA's best goalkeeper last season, currently at Chelsea, Champions League winner and all. Cheikhou Kouyaté, a veteran, currently plays for West Ham United. Sadio Mane at Liverpool, tormentor of defenses. Abdou Diallo of PSG. I was surprised to see him earn a call-up for Senegal, so that's quality to their defense there, along with Koulibaly. Idrissa Gana Gueye, currently at PSG. Ismail Assar, tormenting left backs there for Watford. Crepin Dieta, remember that goal he scored at the last African Cup of Nations? He currently at Monaco, the man is class. Keita Balde at Monaco, and Salif Sane, big defender, still at Schalke. Look, man, Senegal are top in this group. They're going on to the final round, and I will let you know if they make the final cut for Qatar. We're going to move on to Group I, where we have Morocco, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and Sudan. We have the Guinea Derby in here. I like this group. I really like this group. Look, it looks a little one-sided, right? But I'm going to be eliminating Guinea-Bissau and Sudan from the get-go. So, which leaves us with Guinea, potential debutants, and Morocco, who made it in 1970, 1986, 1994, 98, and they were there in 2018. So, Guinea, they're called the National Elephants. They're currently coached by Frenchman Didier Six. Players to watch includes Naby Keita, their captain, currently at Liverpool. I don't think he got released. Let us see. Ile Moriba, highly talented youngster formerly of Barcelona, now at RB Leipzig. Sori Kaba of Midtjylland. Francois Camano, a forward. And Amadou Diawara, currently playing for Roma under Jose Mourinho. The team I'm picking to get through from this group, it's going to be Morocco, the Atlas Lions. Currently coached by Vahid Halilhodzic. I hate saying that name, but Vahid Halilhodzic. God damn, name is hard to say. Players to watch includes Yassine Bonu, the goalkeeper, who currently plays for Sevilla. Romain Saiss playing his trade for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. Ashraf Hakimi at PSG. Adel Tarap, who revitalized his career, currently at Benfica. Hakim Ziyech, the phenom, who currently plays for Chelsea, and Yusuf Enezairi at Sevilla to torment African defenses. Look, Morocco are making it to the final round. They're too good, too stacked up not to get past a Guinea, a Guinea-Bissau, and a Sudan. And I'm going to pick Morocco to make it to the final round here. Group J. Ooh, Group J, very open group. DR Congo qualified once as Zaire back in 1974. Benin, they never made it, and Madagascar and Tanzania there has also never made it. So potential debutants here. So Group J and Group E could dish up something very, very good. And if the two teams from Group E and J meet each other, it means we would have either a new team or a fresh team making it to the World Cup. I think DR Congo would be like a new team, even though they qualified as Zaire before. You know what I'm saying? So, look, last group, I'm going to be eliminating Madagascar, who did look promising at the last African Cup of Nations, but failed to qualify for this one. And there's also Tanzania, who did qualify for the last African Cup of Nations as well, but they missed the next one as well. So, look, I'm eliminate both Madagascar and Tanzania, and not really on that form, because I know teams could qualify for the AFCON and still do not do well in World Cup qualifiers and vice versa. So I'm gonna pick Benin and DR Congo just on Benin more on gut feeling. DR Congo definitely favorites to top this group. As for Benin, they're called the Skrulls. They're currently coached by Mikel Dussaguer. Players to watch include Steve Mounier, currently at Stade Brest in France. Sebio Sekou, a forward playing for Arminia Bielefeld. Mikel Pote, a veteran forward. They also have Mr. Jonel Dossou, playing for Clermont Foot, who's doing good stuff in the French league right now. And veteran unattached Stéphane Sessegnon, who used to play in the Premier League. Look, as for DR Congo, they're called the Leopards. They're currently managed by former Egyptian manager Hector Cooper. Players to watch includes Mishak Elia, a forward currently playing his trade at Young Boys. Niskens Kebano, named after Johan Niskens, of course, playing for Middlesbrough. Yannick Bolasie, former Evertonian, Cedric Bakambu, Gael Kakuta, former Chelsea prodigy, you should say, currently in the French league, Chancel Mbemba at Porto, and Marcel Tisserand, another big center back there. I think Tisserand is a captain of the team. Look, I'm picking DR Congo to go through, even though they have been rather lackluster though, you know what I'm saying? Like, they missed the next African Cup of Nations, and that's where I say teams could miss the AFCON but still make it, you know, through to the final round of World Cup qualifying. So it really has no bearing on whether I really pick them to go through or not. But the strongest teams will survive. The strong will survive. I picked Ethiopian Group G. They made it to the final round in 2014 in this exact format. So, guys, anything could happen. But these are my picks. Congo DR, Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, Nigeria, Côte d'Ivoire, and Mali. Was it boring? I don't think so. It's for entertainment purposes, so it can't be boring, all right? Look, now for the best part. The teams, the 5 teams I'm picking to qualify directly for Qatar 2022. And this is going to change, guys. This is just for now. This is just, as a matter of fact, I can't really change them unless these teams are matched up against each other. You understand? Unless they matched up against each other, this is what I have for now. This is what I have for you right now. Senegal, I think, are making it. They have looked good. They have still have a lot of talent. Aliou Cisse is still at the helm, which means that he's been doing a good job and there's stability. So I think Senegal will be back. African Cup of Nations runners-up last time around behind Algeria, and I think they will be back at Qatar. So they had a long hiatus from 2002 to 2018, but I think they'll qualify for back-to-back World Cups for the first time in their history. I also have Algeria, the reigning African Cup of Nations winner. Look, teams could be doing well, and they go in the final round, and they miss out. They miss out. They flunk out. This is a possibility. I'm going to let it be known. Do not be too critical on my predictions here. Don't, because you could do the same and your teams could get to the final round and not make it. Africa is very volatile. I have Algeria making it to Qatar. So Algeria, Senegal making it to Qatar. A surprise pick, I have a debutant. I have Mali making their debut at Qatar 2022. I think they have a very, very good squad, and the quality would prevail in the end, as I always say. I'm not going to go deeper, but I think Mali, for now, I have them qualifying. Morocco, the Atlas Lions, they're making it again. And finally, Nigeria. I think Nigeria are making it. The Super Eagles look good. So I think Egypt are going to miss out. Ghana are going to miss out. DR Congo will miss out. Ivory Coast will miss out. And this time around, I do think Tunisia would miss out. So you see, I had something waiting for you. You know, they say there's gold at the end of the rainbow, and I just give you some gold. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying the whole thing was a rainbow. I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? But look, these are subject to change. When the final round for Africa is drawn, then I would have to reassess things and come back with another video to let you know what I think. But guys, these are my predictions for the 10 groups in the current phase of African World Cup qualifying. Oh man, this was a marathon. This was a marathon. I just did a mini series, guys. I want to let you know where I did the CONCACAF octagonal, I did the Asian rounds, the 2 groups, and I did Africa. So it took me an hour and a half. Okay, so please subscribe if you're new, like the video if you like it, let me know your thoughts and your predictions down below. Share the video with a friend. From your boy Dominic Rich, until next time, peace out. Rich Squad, peace, namaste. Those were some big calls, but you got to make the calls. You can't wait until the qualifiers start to actually make the calls. I made the calls before the qualifiers start so I could get it out for your entertainment. All right, peace.